out. It was
I feel
caught
like
in
everything
the
you do.
act. There's nothing fake about it. It's completely authentic.
I think everything I do is totally
No,
fake. I just
no
make
fake
this
news
up.
here. No fake news here. Absolutely not.
Nothing but fake news.
I would like to talk about well, I guess we're gonna talk about the movie, but
Well, that's what we're here for, Lisa.
never mind. Never mind.
I would like to talk about when you add this to the stream. Did y'all see this? This is getting more traction lately. They cast the Fantastic Four. That this might be the cast of Fantastic Four, and it's Adam Driver, which I'm like, that's fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's funny.
He
I didn't
can-
realize we
he
were
can
recording
be
yet. Okay.
Anything.
He can be
He can
anything.
be anything, and I will
I like-
watch it. Go ahead, continue.
Margot Robbie, I love her
Also.
in most things and everything she does. But I
Smash.
feel like, yeah, obviously. I feel like that's kind of low hanging fruit for Sue Storm. Like they were like, who's
I don't think I
blonde
know
and
what that term means. Low
who's
hanging
blonde
fruit.
and a woman? Margot Robbie. All right, she's Cass or whatever. Like I feel like she's the new it girl, or I mean, she's not really new. She's been around for a while. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just being a hater. She
Wait,
should
I'm
make the
just
money.
so like you're just gonna be mad if they just keep casting Margot Robbie in like anything because it's gonna be like, oh, she's
I won't
so
be
hot.
mad.
Like,
Not
she's
even
too
"Oh, I'm not
hot.
gonna
Of
see
course, you're gonna
this.
pick
Oh,
her. Like,
she's a beautiful and talented actress. Oh my god. Oh, boo.
okay, I'm just trying to make sure I'm understanding what you're
I'm just
saying.
saying, there's
So,
probably somebody who probably doesn't have as big of a name that could probably do it, and like I would like to see that. Maybe that's my own humble opinion on that. What I am mad about is who they got for the thing. Freaking Daveed Diggs, like that man is a national treasure. He should not be hidden behind CG and rocks. If anything, he should be anything. He could be Sue Storm. He could be Reed Richards. He could be. I don't know. That guy's an underrated actor, and I think they. And I want to talk about this later on in the show here, but they're doing this man
is
dirty.
always green. No, somebody else.
They're doing this man dirty. I don't like. He's the best thing about Hamilton.
He's Lafayette, right?
I thought he was
in
Aaron
Hamilton?
Burr. I don't know.
The guy on the screen right now?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch
that's
Hamilton.
not Aaron Burr. Oh,
Me neither. So you good.
You're not making us watch Hamilton.
yes I am. Oh, yes I am.
I have listened to the whole entire soundtrack of
No,
Hamilton. Like
you have to
40,000
pick
times.
between. You know what, Jason? I'll make it easy.
I'll watch
for you.
Hamilton then.
We
Easy.
can. Yeah,
Hands
there we go.
down. Hands down.
I don't have to finish. Done.
I know
and done.
exactly what
Easiest
you're going to pick,
decision
and I will
ever
know.
made.
I know exactly what you're going to say. You can either do this or that, and I know exactly what you were going to say on that. And I'm going to say I'll watch Hamilton 1,000 times before I watch that movie.
And that's
I have
how
nothing
you
wrong
do
with
it.
Hamilton. I don't even care.
Ladies and
It's just
gentlemen, that's how you do it.
it's just a terrible movie. But Daveed Diggs, he's a fucking star, and even though the thing is cool, he's going to be like I'll get into it later. I don't know. And this random white guy, I don't even know
Who is that?
Paul Mescal. He's a Tony and Grammy Award winner.
From
that's
what?
Daveed Diggs. No, that is
Yeah.
no. That's Daveed Diggs, who's a Tony and Grammy Award winner.
They just snuck his name right in there. And Paul
And
Mescal.
some random dude.
Yeah.
My dumbass was like, "Is that another Harlow? What's his name? Who we just saw?
Jack Harlow.
Jack
Is that
Harlow."
Jack
I was
Harlow
like,
again?
"Is that him again?" And then I was like, "Oh no,
I
that's
mean,
not him."
all the people look like me anyway, so I don't even know.
Fair.
I mean, I'm not going to agree with that out loud.
Nice. Very nice.
Any other news that we may possibly have?
That's it for me. That's all I got to talk about is that.
I have news.
You're pregnant.
Oh no. That's next week's news.
I was gonna say I throw a killer baby shower, so I was about to be here for you.
That's next week's news that I went through the same procedures Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jr. But
I forgot about that movie.
I saw Across the Spiderverse today before
Shut up.
we recorded,
Mm.
and it is the most amazing thing I've ever witnessed in cinema history.
That's not
That's
news.
That's all the rating I'm giving. There you go.
That's you just bragging about seeing a movie first. I'm waiting
That
to
is
see
news.
that Saturday.
I'm literally saying it's the best movie I've ever seen in the theater. How is that not news? You know how many movies I watched in my lifetime? And I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever seen.
Well, if Jason says
Take
it's good,
that.
then I was going to go into this movie liking it anyway. Like, there's no way that
Yes,
unless
it
they're
could-
like. Unless the very first scene is them killing Miles Morales off and replacing him with Tom Holland.
Even
Ooh, then you may not
still-
like this movie very much then.
It's just a regular, just not even Spider-Man Tom Holland, just Tom Holland. It's just in this movie.
The only, and I find myself doing this in a lot of movies, so I have to like push it down. Especially The Little Mermaid was one of them, but the only issue I had was like at one point, like the Dr. Umar in me kind of came out, and I had to stuff it back down. Be like,
Dude,
shut up, shut up.
Why is he trying to get with that snow bunny?
Look, man,
pushing for them snowflakes.
Once you see the movies, you'll get the context.
Oh,
Especially you, Jason. You will get the context of why I had to like stuff the Dr. Umar back in the popcorn.
Oh no, I'm definitely gonna do
up.
that tonight for this episode. Even though both of our kids are biracial.
yes, it doesn't matter. It's a lot going on. A lot of parents.
Take that with a grain of salt.
Cancel me. That's what you should have said. Cancel me.
Cancel. Oh no, then they'll find a way, and it's pretty easy. I sell a lot of dumb shit.
We'll have to start deleting archives real quick.
100%. Don't worry, we get a PR team. That's what we'll do. They'll go through and be like, "Oh, hey, make sure we get rid of that. That was problematic."
Ezra Miller.
Delete.
Fuck.
Delete.
Yeah, I think that's the only news that I had. That,
so you just gloat. That was your only news. You gloat
Yeah.
to see that movie.
Nanny boo boo.
While some of us were working,
I was trying to get you guys excited for the fact
we
that
were
you're
already
see this awesome
excited.
movie. Well, now you're gonna be more excited.
That's like trying to hype us up about ice cream. You just gotta tell us that there's ice cream.
Oh, we're getting ice cream.
We'll be
Awesome.
there.
It's more like it's like oh, you're already excited about Christmas, and then someone rolls a gift out, and you almost know what that gift is because it's the thing you really wanted. That's what it's like.
Is that
But
an
until
Xbox?
you open it,
That's an Xbox.
you still don't get it. You still don't enjoy it until you open it. So I just rolled a gift out in front of the tree, and you probably know what it's going to be.
That is
but
the exact same
thing
that you want.
Yeah.
Right.
Wrapped up
Shaped
like a
like a pony.
bicycle.
the wrapper's breathing for some reason, and it's shaped like a pony. But it's so you unwrap it.
It could be anything.
Right.
Could be a bunch of used T-shirts shaped like a pony. You don't know.
That's very true. I'm very creative when it comes to used T-shirts.
Actually, one Christmas,
It's like my mutant power.
I asked my mom to get me a TV, and in the Christmas, there was a big old box, like a TV-shaped box, and that shit was empty.
Your mom's awesome.
It was empty?
Yeah, she was like, that shit, they put some bricks in it because it made it heavy, and that shit was empty. And I was like, what the? There's like, it's in the car, kid. It's fine.
Oh, you could have just you could have said that immediately because I'm already imagining wow, I can't believe the Shiver did that to you.
Here's an EBT card for $7.50.
There you go.
We poor.
You heard John Cena's coming out with a movie with Jackie Chan?
Oh, I saw the trailer for that. It looks,
I haven't seen the trailer. I just heard about it.
Yeah, there's a trailer for it on YouTube. It looks all right. It doesn't look anything spectacular. I feel like Jackie Chan should probably retire, stunts and shit.
I thought he did retire.
I thought he did too from the stunt game.
I'm surprised.
Well, he might have retired from the stunt gang. Maybe it's just if he's not doing the stunts, then why are you here, Jack? Okay.
I was going to say that. That was the reason why I brought that up is to go that level to be like, I kind of hate that. I hate that we all age, but I really hate when people like Jackie Chan age.
Yeah,
because the awesomeness of him is an ability to do the stunts, so it looks dope. And every movie I've seen since he's kind of retired from the stunt work, I don't really.
Maybe one thing if we were listening to him and watching him in his native, Mandarin, and him doing that, but it's He's not the best actor. He's not the best actor. Like, he's just Jackie Chan. He's fun to watch when he's doing flips and shit.
I'm never gonna disgrace Jackie Chan. And
I mean, I'm just saying he's not the best actor.
I'm just saying I'm just not gonna go there. I don't know.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying
I think he should have won the award for Rush Hour. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Big
what award? How many racist things you get away with for the next 20 years?
That if you want to make that and give it to him, yeah. I don't care what award. He should have won an award. I don't care what award you make up for him. He should have got it.
It's okay. As long as the racism goes both ways, it's fine.
Jackie Chan's native language is Cantonese.
Oh, I'm sorry, because he's from Hong Kong. That's
I thought so, but
You're right. I'm sorry. Don't.
Fact checking. Fact check.
Don't cancel me on that.
He does speak Mandarin. He had to learn Mandarin to do mainland Chinese stuff, but Cantonese is his native language. Sorry.
My Cantonese is better than my Mandarin too, so
I know my Mandarin is better than my Cantonese.
Oh well, how was Korean barbecue? You should.
Oh, I went to Korean barbecue. Shit.
Without us last week.
No, it wasn't without it. I invited both of y'all.
We had things to do.
You said you were poor, and Jason had things to do.
You could have waited 24 hours till I wasn't
It was
poor.
celebrating my child from graduating from middle school. You know,
it's fine.
It's a hard thing to do to graduate from middle school nowadays. You know,
it's a hard knock life.
But
continue,
dude. Oh my god, honey pig, it's the best.
Yeah,
and find out that like everything in honey pig, my kid can eat, like the kimchi. All of it, the bulgogi, none of it has seafood in it, and he's just sitting there, just stuffing my face. I'm stuffing my face. So good, so good.
So, Honey Pig, if you want to sponsor us, we're here. Hashtag sponsorship. We got you.
Just send me a gift card. I don't care.
We'll talk about you every week, Honey Pig.
Honey Pig, come over here. It's so good.
It's in Duluth, off of Old Norcross Road.
Old Norcross Road. No crossing. Satellite or Old North Cross and Peachtree.
There you go, guys. Go tell them that the Headcanon Circus podcast sent you.
I think like we're doing fine. But yeah, had the great meat sweats. I love when
the great meat sweats. Yes.
I love when people from different cultures come to America to make me fatter. Like and find a way to like put me in an early grave because I'm like, I don't need. Who cares about cholesterol? I don't care. Just put it in my face.
I want to go to Korea just so I can eat all that food for cheap. That's what I want to do.
Yeah,
I want to eat all that food for cheap.
Hey, did Biden fall? I said Biden fell.
Say what?
You're breaking up,
the president. Did the president?
It was 140 years old. Of course, he's gonna fall.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's where we're going, then yeah.
Did someone
the
throw
guy
a stick
was there
in front
to
of
see.
path?
The dude was there to see George Washington sworn in as president. I think it's okay if. I get it. He's gonna fall down. He's 750 years old. He went to high school with Moses.
Man, Jason is just bringing out all the courtyard.
He's a little sassy. He's a little sassy.
I'm a little ageist. I don't think an 80-year-old man should be the president of the United States making the world decisions. I don't know. I know a lot of 80-year-old people, and if you don't know how to program your VCR, maybe you shouldn't have your finger on the button. I don't know. That's maybe just me.
All right.
Poor Biden. Well, I hope he's okay. I hope he is okay. But he is a
start show with
Sure.
Actually, I hope he's not okay because then we could get our first black woman president.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
it's too close to the end of his term. He needs to wait.
Wait a little
bit.
Get reelected.
A lot of black people would disagree with Kamala as being a black woman, but
she's a cop.
She is.
I mean, if I were going to pick somebody to run with, I probably wouldn't pick a cop, but I'm not going to be president ever in my life.
Yes, Coach, you probably could do it at 80 years old because you at 50-something looking like you're 30-something. Yeah, so at 80, you'll probably be looking 50. So, yes.
They're very
and then when you fall at 80, we'll make fun of you on the show.
Only reason he followed Eddie because he was doing too low squats. He was just, I just got too low.
His butt touches the ground. Oh, you fell,
Yeah,
Coach.
That counts. That counts.
That counts as a fall.
Oh,
Like in boxing when they put the one glove down, like, oh, that counts as a knockout. Like, all right, let's start at 16.
We're starting at 16. All right, a whole another 40 seconds of randomness.
Okay, but I am also that person who, like, if anyone falls in front of me, I laugh. Like, I cannot help it. And I don't know if it's just because I'm uncomfortable, but I am that asshole, like, laughing. I'm helping them get up. And I'm so this, like, are you okay? Like, I feel terrible. Yeah, like, they'll be pouring down blood. I'm like, oh my God, you really hurt yourself, didn't you? Like, I'm a sociopath. It's nuts.
Look, if it wasn't funny, God would make people fall. He likes.
Well, there you go. Too. Yeah, it's a show. Hey everybody.
Hey everybody. Welcome to the Head Cannon Circus podcast. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you're not old and going to fall. I'm sorry if you are. We're not talking about that. We have a phenomenal show for you for this evening. We are going to be reviewing the Littlest of Mermaids. That's not how it's called. It's just Little Mermaid, as well as American-born Chinese. So buckle up, strap in, get your thinking hats on, because we're going to have lots of fun. But of course, if it's your first time joining us, or if you joined us before, please make sure to do the thing that every single YouTube or podcast asks you to do, which is to like, share, subscribe. It takes nothing from you to do this. Nothing but your time, a few seconds to go ahead and hit the thumbs up or to write a comment about how much you hate Jason's face, something like that, because that in turn feeds the algorithm, which in turn feeds us. And I'm hungry, y'all. I'm hungry.
Yeah,
of course.
Leave us comments.
Yeah, leave us comments. I love the comments. I might tell you to look at part of my anatomy. I might not. Who knows? Well, it's whatever I'm thinking that day. But of course, I could not do this if it weren't for my two lovely co-hosts. He is the Finn to my Poe. Yeah, there we go. Finn to my Poe. Jason, how you doing? How you doing today, Jason?
I thought you were gonna go with Rose at first. And I'm like, I'll take Rose. That's fine.
I was gonna do Rose at first, but then I was like, some people like be hating on Rose, and I don't want that smoke to come your way.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll defend Rose with my life. With all of our lives, with all the rebels' lives. Because
it's fair.
We don't trade lives.
yeah, we don't trade. Yeah. F that. You want to sacrifice for the team? What? Hey, we'll get out the back door now. Thank you.
It's like you could have totally let him do that. It would have been J.J. Abrams would have been like, "Oh, I can finally write about my movie." And also, she is the Ray to our Finn and Poe. See, we keep it going.
Yay!
Lisa, because she actually stole this from us, so might as well.
Wow, shots fired. Sassy Jason tonight.
I love Ray, don't get me wrong. She's great.
Yeah, she's fucking awesome. Oh, sorry. She's effing awesome. I'm trying to keep us rated E for everyone because we're trying to get those views.
Don't worry. Yeah, I'll drop a couple F-bombs before we're done today. I'll try my best as well.
What's up, guys? Well, I'm good.
I'm glad you're good because I'm good because I just saw some movies this week. And that always makes me happy. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Haha, number one. That's not what we're doing.
We're professionals here, ladies and gentlemen. We are
purely tightly oiled machine here. The youngest of King Triton's daughters, Ariel is a beautiful and spirited young mermaid with a thirst for adventure. Longing to find out more about the world beyond the sea, Ariel visits the surface and falls for the dashing Prince Eric. Following her heart, she makes a deal with the evil sea witch Ursula to experience life on land. Now, that is the synopsis that Google provided for me. I did not write that myself. For The Little Mermaid, currently in theaters right now, 2023. It's got a black one in it. You've seen it.
Probably no. We probably heard a little bit about it.
Heard a little bit about it. And of course, for everything we do, we give it a 1-sentence review. Lisa, go ahead and give us your 1-sentence review for The Little Mermaid.
Okay, my 1-sentence review for Little Mermaid is: this movie is better, above where it's wetter. Take it from me.
Oh man.
I agree with that. Jason, go ahead and give us your 1-sentence review for The Little Mermaid.
I want to first preference that I'm stealing some of this from Coach Gerald Mitchell, but my 1-sentence review for The Little Mermaid is: the real story here is King Triton pimping all over the world, or the 7 seas.
He got all them daughters, all them different baby mamas.
He got hoes and different.
Only can visit him once a year when his child support check comes in. Finally have all my daughters. All right. My 1-sentence review for The Little Mermaid is: look out, racists. Black people can swim.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to get into the meat and crux of this with our pros for The Little Mermaid. Lisa, why don't you go ahead and start us off with some of your pros for The Little Mermaid?
Okay. My first pro is: when your legs don't work like they used to before. I really thought that this movie shined whenever they were not in the ocean, which is fine because most of Little Mermaid takes place outside the ocean. So, I thought that you really got to appreciate all the hard work that went into this movie whenever she was a human, and I thought that that's when I really wow. Okay. That's when the writing I thought was at its best, and it felt the most organic and not like they were having to 100% live up to the cartoon. And my second pro is: now sing and sing some more. This girl is just phenomenal. She did such an amazing job. Her voice was beautiful. I could listen to her sing forever. There were a couple times where I got like the goosies, and I know she did get an extra song that Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote, and I wish,
of course, he did.
I wish that we could have gotten one more, because I could just listen to her sing all day.
I want to second that and go in. Second that, I put Haley Bailey, Hallelujah, because Shorty was giving it up. Shorty was giving it up with the vocals, man. That was insane. So
I said she's electrifying.
Nice.
Eels.
There you go.
Yeah. Got it. It's good. Y'all are gonna hate me for this one. Okay, and number 3, my third pro is King Triton can get it. King Triton
why would we hate you for that? Did you not see him?
He was like so beautiful. And I had to remind myself that this was like a children's movie, and there was like literally no one was gonna high five me every time he was on the screen.
She's getting all hot and bothered, like, oh, no wonder he's got so many daughters. Oh, no.
How long I know. Like how long? I was like, do I remember having a crush on King Triton as a child? No. Do I as a grown ass woman? Yes, I do.
You might get a Lake Lanier version of his. So that's a big old mudfish one.
that is my pros.
Right.
Jason, do you want to go and follow her up with some of your pros?
Yes, no, for sure. So my pros for the Little Mermaid is Kaiju Ursula attacking the sea near you, because that part was terrifying, spectacular, but also just fun all at one time. And even Melissa McCarthy's performance in here should not be overlooked. Now, the cartoon Ursula is pretty much untoppable. That's like Maleficent. Like, you're not going to top the cartoon versions of those characters. But Melissa McCarthy does her own thing, and it's very good. It works very well. The only thing that bothered me is that, like, if you could just transform yourself and have legs and walk on land, like, you could have done a lot.
Why
more
are you still
things.
down there being all mad?
right. But I'll let it ride because it's a cartoon.
So you can leave.
My next pro is Ariel may have failed language arts, but she and Eric definitely passed in chemistry. I hated Eric when he first came on, and that song that he got was god awful, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be terrible because this dude is not good." But oddly enough, when the two got together, and this is with Ariel not being able to speak and Holly Bailey not being able to speak, it worked. Like, I actually felt organically, and I know that's always the biggest knock on the cartoon is that, like, oh, he just found this dumb chick that couldn't talk and he like fell in love with her, blah blah blah. But this one, like, it actually, for the moments they were together, it felt like, oh, this is believable that he could be falling for this girl because just her enthusiasm, her charisma, how excited about life she was, is very attractive. Even myself watching it, I was like, oh man, this girl is dope. Like, and I see we have seconds and thirds, so let's go. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jason.
I'm definitely going to second that because, like, in the original cartoon, she's a blubbering idiot, and it's like, why? It's a little gross. He's like, I love this semi-idiotic girl, but in this one, it like actually makes her seem like even though she can't speak, and obviously the ability to speak does not mean one smart or not smart. It seems like she is able to put into her performance, like, she has an intelligence there, she has a curiosity there, she has a longing there that is really, really endearing, not only to the prince but to us as well. And when she does do the fork thing, she immediately realized, oh shit, that's not what y'all use it for. Okay.
yeah.
She wasn't just sitting there like in the middle of a feast full of dignitaries twirling her hair with a fork or whatever.
Yeah.
So you wanted a third? Yes.
Yep. My third is I remember. I think it was James who leaned over to me saying, "I can't believe that this was going to be Harry Styles," and like, I'm so glad that they didn't keep Harry Styles as Eric because, like you said, the chemistry is so amazing, and I just don't. And they would have just had Harry Styles in there just to have a big name, and I was very impressed with Eric. Like you said, I was very impressed with the chemistry, and anytime the two of them were on screen, I just wanted more and more and more of that. And not just because I am a hopeless romantic and that's my jam, is because they were literally just really good on screen together. Like, I'm already writing fanfic in the back of my head.
Right. He's already deciding how mermaid anatomy and human anatomy is going to fit together.
It's fine. I'll share the link when I'm ready.
Yeah, definitely. And shout out to consenting Kiss the Girl.
Yes. Yeah.
And then my last pro is the ocean is a very scary place. And I say this, and I agree with Lisa, like, all the fun stuff happens on shore or on regular land. But as a guy who hates the ocean, I was petrified half this movie. And that should be look like as a con, but that's a pro for me, dude. I was like, oh, I'm believably feeling like this is really the ocean, because it was scary as hell down there. And that's what happens in our real ocean. It's a reason why I don't go in it. It's scary as hell. It was, half this movie, I was clutching the seat. And I like horror movies, and I'm fine with that. This one, I was like, this is the scariest thing I've seen in a very long time. So the ocean is scary. It's my last pro.
As Juneteenth comes up, there's a reason why we don't like the ocean.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. All right. Well, I've got a couple of pros that don't encapsulate what everybody else has said. Maybe it's just me, but Awkwafina wasn't that annoying. Maybe because she's playing a stupid bird. I actually was like, okay. She's supposed to be an annoying, stupid bird in this. And I'm like, they got the perfect casting for this. Good. And lastly, David Diggs as Sebastian. Like, that dude is just straight talented, because obviously he's not Jamaican. And yet you're like, that's a Jamaican dude right there, singing and dancing and carrying most of the movie by himself. Not really by himself, but as an ugly looking crab. He did put a lot of character in it. And like,
he sure did.
From what Jason said earlier, they don't really have like the character designs to make you want to be endeared to these creatures. But David Diggs is Sebastian. Like you're like I could be friends with that horrible fish monster.
Yeah. I just called him Mr. Krabby. He looked like Mr. Krabby.
Sebastian's great. Now let's roll on to our cons. I'm gonna do this every single episode right now. Lisa, give us some cons.
Okay, my first con is I drink smart water, not Aquafina.
Woo!
Thank you. Show's over, everybody. We're done. We're done. It's only downhill from here, guys.
I love it. Oh, that made my day. Thank you, Lisa.
Listen, so yes, Scuttle is an annoying, yes. Aquafina is Aquafina. Like Aquafina is played an annoying character, but like again, she just plays herself. So they have all of these voice actors doing all of these things, becoming these characters. You have what's his name? The guy who plays Sebastian. David
Diggs.
Okay, David Diggs, like doing the Islander accent, doing it well, singing and everything. And then you have Aquafina being Aquafina. Like, I don't get, like, make her do something else. And it did work, and I was forgiving it until she got the last fucking song in the movie. Yeah. You give us all of these songs, and then she gets the last one, the wah, 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 and I was like, no, I can't. Unforgivable. Unforgivable that the last line we hear is her
She's
squawking. Like, no.
You got some brothers?
Yeah, we need to get that clip. Just get that.
With some waffle fries.
So disappointing. I was so upset that was the last song that we got. And I think that was another original song. So it's like,
yeah, that's an original song.
So they chose that was like very much on purpose. Pissed me off. Okay. And then my second con is did Disney fire some animators halfway through? Because it looked like Flounder ran out of ink.
I second that.
Yeah. Like what? Like I don't understand Flounder. Like the voice actor, and I think it was
a little Jacob Timberlake.
It was a kid. Like did a great job. Like the voice was great and everything, but I just kept looking like I think his printer ink is low. I don't know what is happening. His eyes
ran out of yellow.
I don't get it. I do not get it. It was very distracting, especially because Flounder is such a vibrant character, and they did such a good job making Ariel's fin look so beautiful and colorful and everything, and then her companion is just like almost translucent, and it just have like eyeballs floating around. Yeah. So it drove me crazy. I don't know what they were thinking, and there were just times where, especially in the water, it looked like they just gave up on actually trying to make it look realistic. I don't know what happened there, but that's why I think I enjoyed the land better, is because it was clearly not CGI.
Yeah, I pretty much put let me get a Krabby Patty. Sebastian and Flounder look scary as hell. That was nightmare fuel for Flounder. And even more nightmare fuel, like, and I don't know, maybe it was just me, but it never seemed like Flounder wasn't like looking at anything. Like
that's what I'm saying.
He looked like he was dead, and it was going to
weird.
I mean like I also would second that, and it goes into another point that I thought that like a lot of, especially the underwater stuff, was way too dark. Maybe it was just the theater I was in.
Yeah,
this movie is not, because and there's a certain amount to be said from translating from an animated film to live action, but for me, especially the underwater stuff was not very fanciful. It was just like, here's some real fish, and yeah, real fish can be beautiful and stuff like that, but like it's just like a nature documentary with some crab singing along to it, and it was like,
yeah, but I feel like the National Geographic does a better job.
Vibrant,
a vibrant with just like a waterproof camera underneath the seat. Like,
yeah, it almost feels like it would have been better if they just shot a real fish.
Yeah, I don't know why especially because during the song Under the Sea, that they don't have him like actually playing the fish like they do, and so show us like the real fish. It's okay, like there's real things and animated things in this whole movie. Like we understand that mermaids aren't real.
Yeah,
so like
they're a surgeon being the Duke of Soul or whatever. Like singing.
Yeah, it was I don't know, that it was just a really weird thing, and I'm wondering if maybe it looked better in 3D. Like maybe that's one that just we should have seen in 3D. Like should have seen in 3D.
For that. Nope.
I know. I'm not trying to live that life. But
well, if you can't wow me in the regular theater, then you didn't wow me. All right.
Maybe it'll look good on streaming, and maybe I don't know.
At the home TV with the real True Blacks.
It was. Yeah. So those are my cons. I'm done.
All right.
Next. Who's next?
I guess I'm up.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So we already got one out the way. Scary looking creature faces. One of my cons was slow motion for me. That was the first act. Yeah, it just felt like the first act went on forever, and it sucks because like the powerhouse song performances are pretty much in the first act, and those are great. But it just felt like I'm like, okay, now we're gonna get to the ish, and it's like, nope. It's some more being a disgruntled
still got about an hour.
And, yeah, father being mad at you and Sebastian complaining the whole time. And I'm like, okay, now we're gonna get to nope. It's gonna be saving some rescuing boats. I'm like, Jesus, if we just cannot get to the cruxes of this movie, I just can't take it anymore. Just a long first act. The movie's long, and I think it's so long because the first act, damn, it's like an hour into the movie before it really starts getting to the plot of what we need to know is going on here. So. And the cartoon I think is only 90 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah. It's probably like 86 minutes.
It's
honestly,
skim 90 minutes.
Yeah, and I also think that it took too long to get to the music.
Yeah,
like it was a really long time before we got the first song, which I'm not okay with. Disney.
I'm okay, Disney. Give me about 20 minutes to get into this before y'all start hitting me with sounds and shit.
And can you love and hate a song all at once? That Scuttlebutt song. I feel like I kind of was tapping my foot to it, but in my mind, I was like, this sucks. But I don't know how I could do both. I don't know how I did both. Like, I was with, it's a bad song. I'm sorry. It's a bad song.
It's really bad.
For me, the song did not get better until Sebastian added into his part to it. And then I was like, oh, it ends nicely, but yeah, the rest of it sucks.
Yeah, that's because Lin-Manuel Miranda has to put a rap in a song, or
he needs to take a break. He needs to take a freaking break. Set him down
because it just let him. The cadence. It's the cadence. Like once I heard it, I'm like, oh, he wrote this because that cadence. That like it's ingrained in me. So when I hear songs and I go, oh, that's Lin-Manuel. Well, even if it's not him, I'm like, oh, someone's copying him because that is his cadence. It just, like I said, I was in this weird, just transformative feeling where it's like, oh man, I kind of like the fact of how they're riding this beat, but I also hate the song completely and wish it would never existed. So. Yeah, there are my cons.
As a hip hop artist, Lin-Manuel is mid at best. At best.
Oh, facts. You know what he's like? And I hate to say this because I haven't watched Hamilton, but everything I've seen from him is like, if you were to go to an old white woman, an old white man, and go, hey, what does hip hop sound like? That's what I feel like his songs sound like to me.
And he would be the best person to be like, hey, this is what it sounds like. And you're like, oh, okay, you actually kind of understand, I guess.
Yeah, like it's very, I don't know, man. It just, and I'm not trying to insult him. I think he does great work. Oh, teacher-old. I think he does great work. I just think, like you said, when you have been making so much music so quickly in such a small time frame, the creativity that you need to reinvent yourself isn't going to exist until you take a break. And like you said, he just needs a break.
He just needs a break because I don't know. I like a lot of the stuff he does, But as you said, it starts to all sound very, very samey. And it's, come on, you're a freaking Grammy and Tony Award winning artist. You can give us something different. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I only got one con that wasn't covered in this, and it goes. And it goes. I don't want to disagree with the chemistry between Eric and Ariel, but it could have just been black folks. Y'all had Daveed Diggs right there. It could have just been black folks. That's my con. You have freaking Tony and Grammy Award winning and a beautiful man, by the way. Daveed Austin Diggs. I don't know his middle name. It's not Austin.
You just make up a middle name for him? You made up a middle name for this guy. Continue.
It's probably not Austin. You have this. He's right there. You already got him on the payroll. And you give me random Blandy McBland guy. You know? It could have just been black folks, man. I could have just made it.
Especially when you go out of your way to put it in the Caribbean or the Caribbean, and you go out of your way to make the queen black. Then you have to go out of your way to be like, oh, he's adopted. So she didn't want none of them orphan kids that's probably in that Caribbean village. Anyway, I'm not going to.
She's like, oh, this white one's mine.
Yeah. I'm about the soapbox, and I don't want to do that. I'm with you. I'm with you. It doesn't matter, but it matters. It doesn't matter, but it matters.
Yeah. Like it's a good movie, but it could have been black folks. But then no one would have saw it. Then it would have been a black movie, and no one would have saw it.
Yeah, the Wayne brothers would have shown up, and Tyler Perry would have shown up, and just would have been a real awkward mismatch of Little Mermaid.
That's why I was just being real quiet, because I was like, do I say it or do I not say it? You know,
actually, that movie sounds a lot more interesting than this movie, and this movie was good.
Real quiet. I'm real quiet.
Marlon Wayans' Scuttle.
Yeah, just all sorts of coonery, just like
yeah.
Damn,
Damian Wayans is the prince. He's old as hell.
All right, let's hit him with the Rocks rundown. TTR.
Rocks rundown. This is where we go over all of our pros and cons, and then we give a rating of what we thought of the movie. So to start on off, I guess we can start with Lisa. Lisa, what were your pros and cons of Little Mermaid and your rating?
Okay, pros and cons. Pros, when your legs don't work like they used to before. Number 2 is now sing and sing some more. Number 3 is King Triton can get it. My cons are I drink smart water, not Aquafina. And did Disney fire some animators halfway through because Flounder looks like he lost some ink? I'm going to give this 4.7 out of 5. And the only reason why it's not 5 out of 5 is because Flounder looked so weird and Under the Sea looked so dull. But that's it.
It did. Oh, kind of about Under the Sea. He was kind of a misfire there. All right. My rundown for pros and cons for Little Mermaid are going to be Haley Bailey, hallelujah. Kaiju Ursula attacking on ocean near you. Ariel might have failed language arts, but she and Eric passed chemistry. The ocean is a scary place. Now, my cons are, man, let me get a Krabby Patty. Sebastian and Flounder look scary as hell. Slow motion for me. The first act was slow motion. And my last con is, can you love and hate a song all at once? I'm not as high as Lisa. I did enjoy this a lot, but I think for the live action movies, my pinnacle is the Aladdin one so far, and I think I gave that a 4. So I have to give this a 3.8 because I don't think it's better than Aladdin.
This does not have to correlate.
No, that's not how the rating works. We've already established that's not how the rating works.
None of these numbers correlate.
They're in the same universe. I gotta stay consistent in the universe.
Alrighty. For my Rocks the rundown, pros, Halle Bailey is electrifying. 2, she's not a blubbering idiot. 3, maybe because she's playing a stupid bird. Aquafina doesn't suck. And lastly, Daveed Diggs nails it as Sebastian. And my cons, not as fanciful. It's often dark. And also, Daveed Diggs as Sebastian. What the fuck are y'all doing? He's right there. My final rating will be a 4.5 out of 5.
Nice.
It gets 0.5 because it's a musical.
So you would have gave it a 5 out of 5 if there was no music.
If there were no songs, it'd be great. Why y'all gotta put songs in this? Why y'all messing?
What if they were Coheed songs?
Oh, then it'll be a 10 out of 5. What are you talking about?
Okay. I'm just curious how your standards are. It's fine.
Yeah.
He shows favoritism. He's honest about it.
Yeah. Have you seen the movie 9? It's the best movie of all time because in its trailer it uses a Coheed song.
Is that 9 the one with the puppet thing?
Yes, with Elijah Wood. Okay. It's a movie.
So sad.
Yeah. Best movie of all time. Greatest movie ever.
I always used to get that movie confused with that music video that had that weird dude in a room. That was like a stick figure animated thing. It doesn't matter. It's just how my brain works.
Sounds like a fever dream.
You're talking about Tool's. It's a Tool. It's a Tool song. I can't remember the name of the song.
But yeah, like the dude is like, it's creepy. It's creepy to me when I was a kid. But for some reason, that movie and that just do that in my brain.
Some of these white dads out here like, you know what Tool song it is. I'm not.
I probably don't. It was just a video with
Maynard is the best guy, lead singer of all time.
Oh well, I don't know enough about to argue that. So it probably is what I'm going to say.
Purple Sickle's better. Ooh, that'll get him.
A lot of white people talk here. I don't understand.
Okay,
all right.
Next. Yeah.
Moving right along. Footloose and Fancy Free. I'm reading what the codes put. All right. Jin Wong. How do you pronounce this? I don't know. An average teenager juggles his high school social life with his home life. When he meets a new student on the first day of the school year, even more worlds collide as Jin is unwittingly entangled in a battle of Chinese mythological gods. That is what Google says about American-born Chinese currently playing on Disney+. Now, if you don't know, now you know. For everything we do, give it a 1-sentence review. Lisa, give us your 1-sentence review. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands.
Okay, my 1-sentence review of American-born Chinese is: come for the action, stay for the actors.
Jason, go ahead and give us your 1-sentence review for American-born Chinese.
My 1-sentence review is: all I could think was this movie should have been Jake Long, the American Dragon.
I keep thinking that too.
I wasn't the only one. See? I love that cartoon. I love that cartoon.
In my head, the whole time I'm watching this, I'm just having the theme song play over and over again. And I'm just like, these are two different things, guys. For me, my 1-sentence review for American-born Chinese is: even for the Chinese born in America, high school still sucks.
Facts. Straight facts.
So, let's hit them with our pros. Jason, you want to start with your pros on American-born Chinese?
Yeah, I'll jump right in there. So, my first pro is the action makes me giggle. The action scenes in here are so fun. It's so just enjoyable. I love when they get into their mythological form and they fight, and it's just so great. And I mean, even for me, it was like the ending fight scene reeked of like a bad version of Dragon Ball Z or a better version of the movie Dragon Ball. Either way, it was very fun, enjoyable. My only disappointment in the fighting scenes is that I guess Jin would eventually got a moment where he could have thrown some hands, but I guess if they would have given that, it would have been very stereotypical that, oh, look at the Chinese guy can fight, and we had no further knowledge that he had the ability to fight. So I'm glad they didn't do it because it'd have been stereotypical. But I am mad that he could throw some hands a little bit. So
I'm surprised like all those white kids picked on him because I'm like, that Chinese guy probably knows how to fight.
They were a little late on the line, obviously. They were a little late on the line.
We're gonna test this theory. I'm no racist.
Michelle Yee is the goddess we don't deserve. I mean, we can't. I mean, you just go back to anything we've ever done, from 007, Bond Girls, to Everything Everywhere All at Once. I mean, it's just she can't. She's just good at everything. She's just somebody you can put in everything, and she's amazing.
Everywhere
and she makes it work. And I mean, she's in straight goddess MILF mode in there, and I'm just like loving every moment. Even the the gratuitous fight in the apartment that didn't need to happen. I'm still here for it. I was just she just chews it up. I think we had some seconds and thirds, so I don't know. I'll let you guys.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh is the queen. The queen is here. She just makes everything better. And then they could have totally left her out of the show, and it would have been worse off for it. She's just so awesome. I can't. I want to give her a hug if I see her in real life.
Me too.
Facts. Consent first.
I give you a hug?
30 seconds of uninterrupted eye contact. Just
I will love it.
Tear into my soul, please.
I don't know if I could go 30 seconds. I mean, like,
it would be awkward as my.
And she was funny. She was very funny in this.
Yeah.
Like I think that she was funny in Everything Everywhere All at Once, but that was still a very serious movie. Like this one where she's just kind of like she's just having fun on this set. And I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. A pro, which is going to be weird. It's a negative, but it's a pro for me. The cringy Chinese white supremacy aggressions and microaggressions. It was something, I mean, like it made me mad when it would happen, but I'm glad it was in the show for where the show is located on Disney Plus, and hopefully the audience that sees this was not just going to be minorities. So, but hopefully people watch this and go, oh crap, like look at themselves in the mirror and go, maybe I shouldn't do the F stuff that I've been doing to people of different cultures and races. Oh, we got a second.
Yeah, I agree with that. The family drama, one thing is always going to get me when you have, because this show could have just easily been about Jin and his journey through this, but they also added in for his mom and his dad. They also had their own storyline. But the horrible part, or the best part, the worst part, is when they're all in the principal's office and the principal's like, I read a book about you people. It was like, she means well, but that's kind of like almost the worst kind of microaggression when you're like, where they think they're helping and they're really just like insulting you the whole entire time. And it's like, I hope people see that and understand what's going on there, because it was terribly good. It's just so cringy to see, but love it, hate it, love it, hate it.
My next pro was the Monkey King Got Game. That whole side sitcom type episode was awesome. And nothing really happens, but everything happens all in one episode. And homeboy got mad game, and I can respect that. Shout out to the Monkey King out here doing his thing.
Turn to the West, guys.
And my last one is talk that talk in your own language. I love that they let them speak Mandarin and everything, and they didn't put subtitles. You didn't have to understand it. You could actually just see it through the action and the acting. And I actually watch everything with subtitles on, because when I can damn near hear nothing, and it just makes it easier sometimes for me to read while here. But I do like that there's a lot of moments in here where they spoke in different languages, and it wasn't holding our hand as Americans to go, oh yeah, this is what they're saying. Sometimes you just have to infer from the actions and how they presented themselves from the statements to get what was going on. And I thought that's a very beautiful thing, because I think a lot of times for people, we struggle with, like the movie that I love a lot, but this is a perfect example of it, the movie Valkyrie with Tom Cruise. And all of them speak English. Mm-hmm. And I get it, it's because it's supposed to be, the point of view, they're really speaking German, but I hate the fact that it's no representation of that when that is what it's supposed to be about and who it's pertaining. So the fact that they didn't hear
with Tom Cruise, they're all fucking speaking English. I can't.
I
could just go through all the Tom Cruise movies.
Right. Now I'm at them up. But yes, I do respect and admire that they did that and they didn't hold our hands through those processes, because again, art is bigger than the language or being able to be force fed what you're being told. So.
I
Jason,
also
you had a second, or you had
a little second that, especially at the very end of the show, where the young lady is talking to him in Pidgin and Chinese. And he's like, and she's threatening him, and he's just like, could you just say that a little slower? My Chinese is not so
right. So good. So great. I remember my pop. I laughed out loud when he did that. I was like, that is awesome.
Like, she's giving this whole like villain monologue. Oh, you will do what I say you'll do, or you'll never see your parents again. And he's like, I didn't catch none of that.
That's it. I think that is all of my pros. Who's next up?
Lisa.
Well, freaking Jason just had a list of like 87,000 pros. So let me just see one that you didn't like. Okay, so I did have. So my first pro is about the Monkey King, but it's not what you were commenting on. Okay,
that's fine.
So the Monkey King reigns supreme, and I say that because I studied Chinese in college, and the Monkey King is like a very revered story, and it's like something that like the Chinese people really struggle to share with Westerners. Like even still they don't really like to share all of that. And I like how the show kind of talked about that too, about, you know, they even mentioned what's his name, the Monkey King song, saying you know, like, you know, well, we should share it with Westerners. And the Monkey King was like, no, fuck that. Like, they don't need to know. Like, and that's very on point, you know, because they've really, really tried to do that. So the Monkey King is one of my favorite mythologies to read about and watch about. And I think that they did the Monkey King absolute justice. And so love the Monkey King. My second pro is the Chinese get all the good stuff. The anytime it was like heaven or just anytime they're talking about, you know, China, it's very much celebrating China, which is we don't really get a whole lot of that in the West, because
that's because they're communists, man.
Communists, all that stuff. Yeah. So it's nice. So I loved seeing like really like the culture very much celebrated, and seeing how beautiful it is, and how revered, like even though they're, you know, next generation born in America, like the parents are still very much, they're a lot like how that we saw the Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like they're really struggling with trying to keep the culture, but also helping them be Americanized. Like the mom doesn't push them so much to be like super Chinese, but you know, so also he gets the manga, like he's like 5 volumes ahead in the manga. Like, let's go. I mean, how many there, you know, how many times like I'm just like waiting for things to come out, like anime to come out, and like Japan already has like the whole
it's been out for 4 years.
And like, so all this spoiler, I'm like, can Netflix just release it, please? Like, what is the holdup? Okay, and so my third is I know Kung Fu.
Yes.
I love it. Anytime I eat this shit up. Like, this is one of my favorite movie genres. Which I know it's not a movie, but anytime that like Jason said, anytime they were doing the fighting, Kung Fu is one of the most beautiful martial arts. I in my opinion.
Obviously, you rolled around with a sweaty man in jiu-jitsu.
And it's a dance, and they treat it like a dance. And yeah, and I could watch the fight scenes all day, every day, and it's beautiful, and I love it. So
yeah, I'll definitely second that. It's so much fun, these fight scenes. So yeah, I'm just seconding just to talk, just to hear myself talk.
That's it. So you can talk more because I'm done. Because Jason literally said everything.
Yeah, yes. You've covered all my points except for one. My one pro that I can cover is that everybody got a job. Everybody in this, you've seen it before, and I'm glad that every Chinese person in Hollywood, all 10 of them, are in this show. Everybody got a job. I wish they get more jobs. That's it. Especially what's his face? What's the dude's name?
Short Round.
I wasn't gonna call him that.
Jinx.
But I especially like, even though his storyline didn't really, you know, immediately connect to Jin's, I especially liked it because it was like talking kind of to the audience about, especially his sort of experience in Hollywood, right? Like he was given all these typecasted parts, and then like when he became an adult and want to be a serious actor. They're like, nah, you can do that stuff again if you want. And I was like, and I really enjoyed that part where, you know, they add that extra layer of commentary to it with the TV show and like, what went wrong?
Yeah.
Wow, Jason.
It's in the show. I'm not doing it. It's in the show. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Man. Yuck.
It's in the show. In the show, guys. That's my only pro that we already haven't covered. Let's move on.
Yes.
Let's move on right now.
We're going to the cons. My first con of this is unlikable character alert, unlikable main character alert, unlikable main character.
That's on my thing too.
I hate it, Jen. Jen's a terrible main character, and it made me only root for him at the end once he made up with with Lynn, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll like him now. But he is a terrible human being, and I know part of his character is supposed to be written that way because he's, I hate to say it, trying to assimilate and trying to be part of the culture that is not fully always going to accept him. But the problem is that when you just oppose him to Wayne, like, he about that life. His first day of school, he about to chump everybody. He like, wow, why you want to be friends with them? Like, why they, why you let them talk to you that way? And it's like, yes, you are right. Why are you letting this go on? But and then every time he was like, he was a terrible person. Like, oh yeah, I'll help you with your quest and journey. And he would renege going in, and it just
whoa, Jason.
Oh, I said Reed. Sorry. Yeah, Reed. I don't know if you were upset because of the spades term, but I realized you don't play spades, so you were mad about the other part of it. So
I can't play spades. I'm sorry, Mom.
I just hate the fact that they didn't give him any much redeemable character qualities until the very, very end, and I don't feel like they were really earned. I feel like they were just circumstantial because we needed to wrap it up. I know, Jason. You have a rebuttal, or you?
No. I second that. Jin is a dick. I empathize with him a lot because I see a lot of myself in him, but that doesn't mean he's not a dick. That dude's just. I'm like, damn, man. Like, your mom isn't as hard on you as she could be. Your dad, he got a job. I mean, he's fine.
Yeah,
he
grinding.
Fucking the hottest girl in school is freaking like, hey, we can still hang out and shit. Like, hey, what you upset about? Oh, woe is me, my teenage hormones. I'm so Chinese.
So this was kind of my comment too. Like, well, I just said it differently. America, the melting pot of the world, where children of immigrants hate where they come from.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't, especially nowadays. It doesn't track. Like, not saying that kids don't experience this, but like, it's not, I feel like it's not like when we were children and like if you brought like your Afghani food or your Chinese food or whatever, people are gonna be like, ooh, it smells. Like, nowadays those kids are eating everything and they're like, share that with me, and like you got white kids coming with bento boxes and you got, like all this shit. So I agree. What are you so mad about? Like, and your parents are even making you be like super Chinese. Like, they're encouraging you to play soccer. Like, I don't understand. Why are you such a dick?
If Jen lived in Georgia, he would have been like, I don't know why everybody, like, he would obviously be surrounded by plenty of people that look like him. But
yeah, Duluth got you, sir.
Like, you just live in the wrong area.
Yeah. Like, that's why I was just like trying to figure out where it took place, because I was just like,
I kind of get it
taking place. But they have a multicultural, so they have they had a lot of, like, it wasn't like he was the only Asian kid in the whole school.
Right. So this TV show is based off of a book that it's a book that came out in like 2002 or something like that. So when the author's original experience, it makes more sense back then.
Then make it take place then. That's fine.
Yeah, that would be fine. That would
make more sense.
Yeah. It seems a little, I mean, we are still not 100% there in America as we were, but it's a lot better than it was back then. Because when I went to high school, here in Georgia, as I said, Duluth is great now, but like back when we were a kid, we had like one Asian person and like
yeah,
and the Yanagis, and that was it.
Yeah.
So I get like
but
nowadays it's different. Everybody's everywhere now, so
everybody's everywhere. And I just feel like, and because now the parents of teenagers now are Gen Xers. So, and that was the other thing about like the dad that are always being like, ask for promotion. Like, that's not really how business works anymore. So just all these things, like it felt dated. So I don't understand why TV shows are afraid to just make it take place when the source material took place. Just do that. So then it makes sense. How are you going to
find all those Nokia phones?
I'm sure they're somewhere. They cannot be destroyed. They literally cannot be destroyed. So I got
one in my drawer, so they can always borrow mine.
Yeah.
Okay. My next con is the script could have used that J. Cole workout plan and been tighter. I feel like, I know we mentioned the parents. I didn't like none of that stuff that was outside of the main storyline. I'm going to keep it a bean. I ain't care about no tea being made. I ain't care about no promotions. I ain't care about no John Bon Jovi. I ain't care about none of that shit, bro. I ain't care about none of that shit. I ain't care nothing. I will allow the whole, the TV series thing, because I think it is important for the commentary. But all that other stuff, I wasn't with it, man. I'll admit, a couple of times I was just like, man, when we gonna get back to hate? When I'm gonna get back to hating on Jen? Like, I was waiting around for like I'm gonna do that something stupid next. It's like
bring that sorry little boy back in here.
right. I wasn't with it, man. And then my last con is sometimes you just gotta fight because the script said so, and that goes to like the apartment fight. There was a couple of fights in there. It was just like, there's real no conflict here. It's just that we needed a fight scene because they're like, yeah, well. We had a budget for 20 fight scenes. I guess we better use them up. Like, sometimes it was just useless fighting. Now, I enjoyed them, but it didn't do anything to further the plot. It's kind of like, you remember in The Matrix where, like, Neo fights the bodyguard dude, and he makes that stupid statement, like, to know someone, sometimes you have to fight him. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Anyway, it felt like that. It was like, that fight never needed to happen.
They hired Ronnie Chang, a body double, so they had to use him.
Oh, I get it. But once again, like, it just like that is my echelon of like useless fights in movies. That one's the top of my mountain in The Matrix Resolution or whatever the second one was. Just a stupid fight for no reason. It had a few of those in here that I was like, why are they fighting again? And then by the time I actually started trying to think about it, the fight got really awesome and I stopped caring. So those are my cons.
Lisa, hit it with your cons.
Oh, my turn. Okay, so I already said my first one. Okay. Douche canoes can come in all shapes and sizes. I kind of hated that it was like super obvious that his friends were douches. And I think that just goes back to if this took place in the early 2000s, but like now, they all look like Trevors and Chads, and I think one was actually Travis. I think one of them was Travis.
The douchebag was Travis.
Yeah. So it's just like, come on, guys. Like, if you're going to keep it modern, I would have loved if the guy who was playing his best friend, who he like left in the dust, like if he was the douche, and then, and like the nerdy kid, I don't know. There's just, it just felt too easy. I don't know. I just didn't like that. There's
King
just
of
so
the
many things.
douches. The King of the douches was the, let him know I'm a good guy. That one, I almost like I had to stop it and walk away. Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I got some trauma or somewhere hidden that I didn't realize. But when he said that, I was like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? And
hey,
anyway.
I know I bullied you, but it wasn't really that bad, right? It was pretty funny.
Yeah, you're still alive, right? You're not
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
By the way, when you come to shoot in school, remember we have the stock, right?
Yeah. Like, okay. And then my final con is slow dancing with a monkey isn't always bad. So basically I'm just saying that they kind of had a pacing issue, I feel like, in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, I know I say that all the time, so I don't want to be one of those reviewers who's always like pacing and tone and blah blah blah. But for real, it did. because the show would be like really good, and then I would just be like, is anything else gonna happen? You know, and so when the monkey, I don't understand why we aren't getting more Monkey King, and that could just be because I'm partial to the story, and that's what I came to watch. That's what I came to watch was the Monkey King. I came to watch that story. I came to watch all the fantastical things, and it was just a lot of just like regular annoying teenage boy stuff. And I'm like, no, let's get back to the good stuff, because, like you said, Jen's not a fighter, so I wanted the other people on the screen at all times. So there's always a potential of being a fight. So. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Jen's more of a whiner than a fighter.
Not even a lover. Not even a good lover.
I don't even know why that girl even liked him. He is just such a Debbie Downer. I'm like, yo, don't even hang out with that kid.
She has a fetish.
Though, I mean, I don't know. These kids, these nerds, they just be getting the hottest girls in high school. And I was a nerd, and I just sat by myself and cried a lot. I don't have y'all covered all my cons.
Yes, we did it.
Y'all covered all my cons.
Can we say something that this is like a moment where I laughed out loud, was whenever he first met his friend, was it Wei Shin?
Yeah.
And he starts speaking to him in Mandarin, and he's just like, "Oh no, you need to say like I'm not very good at Mandarin." But then she's going through the list of classes that he's in. She's like, "Oh, he's not going to be in English because he's in ESL, but he's in a different math class because he's way better at math than you."
Yeah.
He's in all your classes except for English and math.
Yeah. Shots fired.
Sometimes, Jen, you gotta just take that hand, throw some powder on it, pull it way back, and just slap it. You gotta just do that, man. Like
that shit was so funny. That shit was so
He's way better than Matthew.
He's way better.
What kind of Asian are you?
And he just like stares at him and smiles. He's like,
"Why, thank you, Miss Lady." Notice
I didn't want to be good at math anyway.
Right?
Yeah. He doesn't, because clearly he hates being Chinese.
No, yes, facts. All right.
No, I mean, when he was eating the soup with the chicken foot in it, and he was like, "This is what, but like nails and feet," and I was like, "You're not lying."
Yeah.
But it could be good though. But you're not lying.
But eat that gristle, man. Get down on this shit.
Better be chewing on that chicken. That's all we got today.
Good. Chicken feet are good. I like chicken feet.
I don't like chicken feet. I like pig feet, but
I don't know if I've had pig feet. But I've had chicken feet at dim sum before, and I really liked it. Dim sum.
Ooh, we should do that again.
We should do that. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's go.
To the Rocks Rundown. The Rocks Rundown. TMTWCR Rocks Rundown. It's the song for the Rocks Rundown, where we take all of our pros and cons and give it a score from 1 to 5. Jason.
I appreciate that intro. All right, the Rocks Rundown for American-born Chinese. All right, my pros. First pro, the action makes me giggle. Second pro, Michelle Yeoh is a goddess we don't deserve. Third pro, the cringy Chinese white supremacist microaggressions bothered me. Fourth pro, Monkey King got game. Fifth pro, talk that talk in your own language. My cons. First con, unlikable main character alert, unlikable main character alert, unlikable main character alert. My second con is the script could have used that the J. Cole workout plan and been a little tighter. And my third con is sometimes you just got to have a fight scene because the script said so. I really enjoyed this. I saw a clip of it. That's what I think in the last minute we threw this on here. I saw a clip of it when I was on Disney Plus, and I was like, and I saw him fighting. So I was like, oh, I got to watch this. And then I saw the first episode and said, hey, we need to watch this. I really enjoyed this. I'm going to give it a 3.8 out of 5 because I just feel like that other nonsense with his parents and stuff, it dragged it down for me, and I ain't really was rocking with that. So there we go. Lisa, what is
your rock?
Oh, my bad. ADD guy. Okay. Pros. The Monkey King reigns supreme. Number 2 is the Chinese get all the good things. Number 3, I know Kung Fu. My cons are America, the melting pot of the world where children of immigrants hate where they come from. Number 2, slow dancing. Number 2 is douche canoes can come in all shapes and sizes. And number 3 is slow dancing with a monkey isn't always bad. I really enjoy the show. I would have loved more action because that's just how I am, and I am who I am. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. Watch it; it's really good.
All right, Jason.
All right,
your turn for the Rock's rundown, or Sean William Stifler's.
Who remembers his name? It's Sean William Scott.
Sean William Scott.
Yeah. No, this is the Rock's rundown. It has nothing to do with that movie. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, when the Rock's rundown, give us the pros and cons for American-born Chinese.
All right. My first pro is everybody got a job. Every Chinese actor in Hollywood got a job. Second one, the Queen is here. Michelle Yeoh is still a queen. Third, fun fights from fantastic frenemies. Alliteration.
I like that.
And lastly, family drama and microaggressions. And my cons are it drags like a queen. And
I'm mad that I even listed mine since you had one so good. I'm sorry.
It drags like a queen. And Jim is low-key a dick. Those are my 2 cons. I definitely really enjoy this. I'm gonna just do 4s today. Let's give it a 4.
Yeah, let's be crazy. It's our show. We do what we want.
No correlation. Except for the Little Mermaid. I correlate it.
You correlating everything. Just like a printer correlating.
But
there you go. I feel like it was
Office Max. They correlate too.
I feel like it was a flounder joke in there we could have ran into, but save it for the next show.
Oh, the animation flounders.
Ooh, yeah.
I thought about that, but I honestly thought you were going to do that, so I didn't want to repeat. I should have just.
Oh no, you're better at this than I am. I don't do these. I just write what I thought. Like, this is exactly what my thought line is. I'm not going to put this as the news headline. I don't know what that means. I've never read a book or a newspaper. Yeah, the show's over, guys. Go home.
Have any housekeeping, Lisa, for us?
Yes. So housekeeping is so we're gonna be changing up the show a little bit. A couple things. Jason is working on the website. He promises. He promises it's gonna be up tomorrow, or else I get to dress him up in drag. So
that's not a.
I know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. I'll make him watch The Greatest Showman.
You just asked me to do that.
He has to watch The Greatest Showman if he doesn't have the website up tomorrow. So website's going to be up and going. So we have finally heard back from Miss Hannah Flint, the author of the book we're reading for the book club. So that's why we have not done the review of it yet, even though we said we were. But she's going to join us on the show. So we're going to do it a little bit differently this time. We're not going to do a live show with that. We're going to act like professionals, and we're going to record it, and then we're going to edit it and give you that actual show
also,
as a treat. So
jolly old England. So
yes, she lives in the UK. We're doing it on UK time, so we have to film at a really wonky time anyway. So, but it's just going to be better that way. So that will be a special treat for you guys. We're really excited to see her. Jason and I have picked up Slack on the social medias. So, okay, so I have picked up Slack on the social medias. So please make sure that you follow us, especially on Instagram, as I'm just like constantly posting random crap. And
I love it.
And share stuff. I haven't done anything on TikTok. Did you do stuff on TikTok?
I have done stuff on TikTok.
Okay, so I will also add on the TikToks.
Yes.
Go ahead, Jason.
It's just me doing filters. Nope.
Let's see what else. So yeah, we're really trying. So we're looking for sponsors. So if you guys know of anybody who has small businesses that really need to be promoted, we love small businesses here. If it's a big business like you're Jeff Bezos of Amazon and you want us to promote you, we can add the click. It's fine.
I will definitely be your biggest supporter, Mr. Bezos.
It's fine. It's fine. We can do that too. But no, we love small businesses. So if you know anyone, if you have a favorite business, just say, hey, I know these people. Would you be interested to talk to us? And we would love to have a meeting with them. So please let us know so we can.
These people.
Us, these 1, 2, 3 is these. Shut up. Let's see. Well, there was something else I wanted to say. Next week we're doing Spiderverse, the new Spiderverse movie.
Yes.
So excited about that because everybody loves a Spider-Man. And I think that's it. Did we cover everything?
I think we covered everything.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean that's basically the housekeeping. Yeah. We're not gonna always be recording live. So we're still gonna be here so all 4 of you guys can watch our beautiful faces.
Mom, Coach Boo.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Boo. There's probably a couple of my kids in there.
The kids ain't watching. Kids out watching.
I know.
Owl Academy.
Owl House, yeah.
You're watching Owl House? I love that show. So great. Such an amazing show.
So Logan wants us to do a review. So if we were down,
I'm ready. I've already watched all of it. I'm done. I've caught up. Me and the girls have watched it all. Like,
I'm on season 2. I'm on season 2. So Amity
I don't care. I don't watch anything.
Amity and Luce just held hands for the first time, and it was very sweet. It was very, very sweet.
Great show.
Oh
my god,
which would be good to do during Pride Month. So maybe we should put that in. Maybe we should put that in.
It's Pride. Are we in Pride Month right now?
We're in Pride Month. Oh yeah. So happy Pride, y'all. And Pride. Go buy gay shit. I don't know.
I've been doing gay shit since '96.
We know.
Spay and neuter your animals, please, and adopt, don't shop. Okay, that's all I have to say. You guys go ahead. Anybody else?
Jason.
Okay. I guess the outro. I mean, I'll go ahead. Oh yeah, same thing. Thanks. We had a team meeting. That was a cookout, but it was a team meeting. So we're gonna write off that cookout stuff because it was a team meeting. We went over some things. We're going to have some new things on. One of the bigger things we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is we taking our butts. I was going to say the A word. We're taking our butts back to school so we can start polishing some editing tools and some things that will make these videos more pop when you watch them individually. We're in talks and negotiations about getting a producer on the show so that they can do some of the angles and some other stuff while we're recording to make the show more user and eyeball friendly. So we got some good things coming down the pipeline. I gave a deadline to my creator so that we can get some merch up and going, because I know we keep talking about it, but it is on the way. Speaking of small businesses, like I said, sweet brown sugar. And I forgot about that. Even Jess was like, "Oh, we have to take him to the bakery when you all came over." So that's shame on me.
I didn't forget about it. I just kept my mouth shut because you fed me.
Oh, because you made it.
You should have brought up. I thought maybe you just kept your mouth shut because you brought dessert and you're like, I don't want to be overshadowed.
Someone be a cheesecake.
No, I'm Fat Kid for life. I will never say no to all the desserts.
Yeah, so shame on me. Next time we do it, we will definitely make sure that's on the agenda.
Well,
go by there.
Juneteenth cookout coming up. I'm just saying.
Okay, I can bring some desserts from there. Yes, for sure. Okay, I got to get with him then and try to get a cake made then. All right, I'll get it figured out.
Make it a black cake.
Make the cake black or make the cake like the black people colors?
He doesn't even like cake, so just do anything he says.
She's right. I don't like cake.
Yeah, don't listen to him. His opinion doesn't matter.
Sold. All right. The site I just put up there, www.gansjuices.com. GANANNS and the word juices.com. That actually is a young lady named Tiffany Ellis. She actually was my wife's supervisor when my wife used to work at auto insurance with me. I know her too. She's a good friend. She does fresh juices, freshly squeezed and pressed juices. and she mails it. So the last order, I think I put like a $250 order with her.
Damn,
we got the juices. She puts it into a container, keeps them cold, even comes with instructions how to do it. If you're not going to drink the juice in 48 hours, freeze them. But delicious, healthy, great juices. My stepmother-in-law, well, I just call her pretty much my mother from another mother. We got her some juices. She ended up just buying more juices from her, and she lives in Florida, so she will ship them. But they're delicious. They're healthy. They even have like cleanses on there. So if you want to do a 2, 3 day, 5 day cleanse, it's on there. But please check her out. Please support her. It's really, really good. Like some of the juice combinations are fantastic. And I'm actually about to place an order again when we return this weekend from the beach. So, but it is www.juices.com. Again, Black business, Black owner, supporter, hook her up.
Do we say
Oreo and
hashtag HCH HCC, and then we get a discount? Head Cannon Circus? No.
I'll talk to her about that. We'll see how that can go.
See if we can get a little 10% discount.
She got a Mountain Dew juice.
If we use our coupon code.
She does have a Mountain Dew juice. It's a honeydew, lemon and lime, ginger, turmeric. It's really good though.
Tier 3 melon.
Okay. All right. Well, Tier 3 melon. Do we need to have a show about ranking melons on here? Because I'm all about melons. And, honeydew, cantaloupe, and watermelon?
water. That's it.
Fair enough. All right, that's all I got, Lisa.
Is there a fourth melon?
It's a lot more melon. Yes, it's a lot more melons out there, but neither here nor there.
Right. Thanks, everybody, so very much for joining us for this week's Head Cannon Circus podcast. We always appreciate you hanging out with us and listening to our stupid thoughts about stupid things. And appreciate you guys going in and sharing and commenting and all the good stuff and interacting with us. It'll be great. Also, just remember to be kind and considerate to everyone you meet and tip your servers and bartenders at least 20%, if not more, if you can afford it. And if you see Jaron out in the streets, spit in his face. Yeah, spit in his face. Bah!
Whoa.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Yes, he should.